Hey everyone, I'm Mike from theparkprodigy.com, and on today's video, we're going to jump over to the Disney Coronado Springs Resort and we're going to break down 5 things you absolutely need to know slash 5 things you will absolutely love about the Disney Coronado Springs Resort for your next Walt Disney World trip. And this resort has gotten a ton of upgrades, and there's so many new things going on. Some things you might not even know about, which is why we wanted to make sure to create this video to just fill you in and get you excited. If you are thinking about staying at the Coronado Resort, trust me, you're going to want to stick around till the end of this video because there is something for everyone at this hotel, and we're really excited and we hope you find this video helpful. Let's go get started. Thank you all so much for checking out this video. Slowly but surely, we are actually going through all of the Walt Disney World resorts. I think we're about halfway through at this point. If there is a Disney resort that you want us to cover and fill you in on some of the amazing benefits and hidden gems at that resort, be sure to leave it in the comment section. Also, if you are into videos like this, or if you're in the process of planning your Disney vacation and you do need a little additional tips and tricks, those sort of videos, be sure to subscribe to our channel as we do have a lot of great content coming out in the next couple weeks. But let's stick on topic, and the topic of today is, of course, the Disney Coronado Springs Resort and 5 things you will love about this amazing hotel. For those of you who are not as familiar with the Coronado Springs Resort, it is a hidden gem located in the animal section area of Walt Disney World. Now, this is a moderate resort, and if you've been watching my videos, you already know I have some mixed feelings about the moderate resorts. However, that has been changing over the past couple of years as Disney has continued to upgrade and make modifications to those moderate resorts to make them a little bit more modern and truthfully give them a little bit more amenities, things to do during the day. And as you'll see in this video, there's some really, really cool stuff going on at the Coronado Springs Resort that you will not find anywhere else in Walt Disney World. So just a quick little background, the Disney Coronado Resort, like we said, is a unique Spanish, Mexican, and South American inspired hotel. The Coronado Springs has a romantic hotel lakeside view vibe, but of course there are a ton of activities for the kids to partake in and a ton of fun stuff for families to do. Now, speaking quickly on those upgrades, you'll see in recent years, Disney has come along and they've actually added a brand new tower, which is the Gran Destino Tower. And of course, they have upgraded all the rooms. So that's important for you to know going into these top 5 because that is going to play a major part of why we think you'll enjoy staying at this hotel. Okay, but without any further ado, let's get started. We're going to start at number 5, work our way down to number 1. And at number 5, we do have the views. Now, speaking of that brand new Gran Destino Tower, of course, with a brand new tower hotel comes some amazing views. Okay, now the first view that we think you're going to love is going to be over at Lago Dorado. What exactly is Lago Dorado, you might be asking? Now, this is actually the lake over at Disney's Coronado Springs. Now, this hotel is situated right on a 15-acre lake called Lago Dorado, where all the magic happens. Now, at night, you'll see it's a beautiful spot to just kind of hang out around the lake, take in the sunset, and you pretty much have a full view of the resort from here as well. And you'll see there is a brand new restaurant called the Three Bridges right in the middle of that lake, which we will get to in a little bit. Moving on to number 2 of the best views at the Disney Coronado Springs Resort, we do have the Gran Destino Tower, like we've been discussing. Now, this brand new tower is the main focal point of the Coronado Springs Resort at this point, and for good reason. Now, not only is this massive, elegant tower beautifully designed with a Las Vegas type feel, but you actually have some amazing views of Walt Disney World. And there are actually going to be 3 different places where you can enjoy the views. That's going to be over at the Club Level Lounge. You do have Toledo Restaurant, and then you have the Dahlia Lounge. Now, from up top, over at the Toledo Restaurant, the Club Level, or the Dahlia Lounge, you are going to have some amazing views of the Swan and Dolphin Resort, Hollywood Studios, the Hollywood Tower Hotel, of course, Epcot, Blizzard Beach, and Expedition Everest over at Animal Kingdom. And lastly, and not least, but one of the main reasons why we wanted to make sure to include this on the list is you will have views of fireworks. That's right, at any of those locations at the Gran Destino Tower, you can actually watch the fireworks over at Epcot, which we think is really, really cool. Okay, but keeping the good time rolling, over to number 4 of the best things over at Coronado Springs, and we have the unique classes. And you'll see, I was actually pleasantly surprised with just how much cool stuff was going on at this hotel. Specifically, we're going to start with class number 1, and that is going to be the Spanish mosaic art. Now, you can immerse yourself in a Spanish tradition while taking a 2-hour class at the Barcelona Lounge at Coronado Springs. In this class, you can create themed artwork that is inspired by the beauty of Barcelona, Spain, And at the end of the 2-hour experience, you'll have a colorful keepsake that you could take home with you. And the other cool thing is the finished artwork can vary in size. With that being said, no larger than 12 by 12. And the price is pretty affordable at $25 per person plus tax. Over to the next class, and that is going to be Colors of Coronado. Now, every Friday at Toledo Tapas Steakhouse and Seafood, this wonderful 2-hour class taught by local artists allow guests to follow along and paint a canvas of their own. And of course, just like the first class, when you're done, you do have a brand new art piece to take home with you. The sizes over here are going to be right around 11 by 14, and then the starting price is going to be $35 per person plus tax. And of course, we did save our best class for last, especially for my adults visiting Walt Disney World. Over at the Coronado Springs, we do have Sangria University. Okay, and now that I finally have everyone's attention in this video, every Saturday and Sunday, guests can experience the many flavors of sangria by signing up for a course led by Disney professionals. Here you will learn all about the 4 in-house varieties of sangria served at that Three Bridges Bar and Grill, and you have the opportunity to make your own. Now, the cost for Sangria University is going to be $59, which includes tax and gratuity and is prepaid at the time of booking. And of course, guests must be 21 years of age or older to experience in this class. Okay, so sticking with that sangria vibe, we're going to move over to number 3 on the list, and that is the restaurants. Now, of course, here at the Park Prodigy, we love food, and we do take our restaurants very, very seriously. Now, that's no different if you're staying at the Disney Coronado Springs Resort, and you will be delighted to know that there are 10 different dining options for guests to choose from. Now, sticking with the theming, most of the food you will find at the Coronado Springs has a Southwest American, Mexican, or Spanish influence, which is a huge bonus for flavor. And in my opinion, Coronado Springs has some of the most delicious food to offer at Walt Disney World, and we're going to start with my newest favorite restaurant at Disney, and that is the Three Bridges Bar and Grill. And of course, this is that restaurant inside or in the middle of the lake that we had discussed in the beginning of this video. Located over at Villa del Lago, the floating entertainment center of Lago Dorado, you will find the Three Bridges Bar and Grill, which is absolutely must-do over at Coronado. Now, some of the menu options that stuck out to us were the coconut curry chicken, the Three Bridges signature burger, the braised pork tacos, the warm churros, and of course those specialty cocktails such as the Spanish margarita and the sangria flights. Now, moving over to the top of the Gran Destino Tower, we do have Toledo, which is the tapas steak and seafood restaurant. Now, Toledo is truly unlike any other Disney dining experience, as it focuses heavily on Spanish flavors and tapas-style small plates. Toledo is an elegant restaurant, like we said, located on the top of the Gran Destino Towers, and along with the restaurant comes those amazing views. Some of our favorite dishes have been the braised lamb shank, the scallops, the bone-in ribeye for 2, and the Toledo Tapas Bar Dessert Sampler. As a quick shout out, some of the other restaurants that you can enjoy over at the Disney Coronado Springs is Rick's Sports Bar and Grill, the Leah Lounge, Barcelona Lounge, Siestas Cantina, the Maya Grill, Cafe Rick's, El Mercado del Coronado, and Laguna Bar. Okay, so now that I kind of have your attention, you might be wondering, okay, so Mike, you've gone over all the cool things, the amenities, stuff like that, but what about the rooms and the pricing? And hey, at number 2, we do have the rooms and the pricing. And since Coronado Springs is also a convention center, it's not shy about the number of rooms that it has. This is a really, really big hotel, and if you've been watching our videos, that's always been one of my biggest, I wouldn't say problems, but I always felt like the Monterey resorts were just too big. They were too spread out, and that sometimes can be inconvenient for large families or families visiting with young kids. However, with that being said, I do think Coronado has done a great job to give a lot of options for families, specifically with that brand new Gran Destino Tower, which is really like your typical hotel experience where you come to the hotel, you check in, and then you take your elevator up to the room, right? Now, over at the other rooms and buildings, and there's over 2,000 rooms at this resort, they've also been upgraded. So I also feel like, hey, you want to know what? Maybe you got a little bit of a walk to your room. However, when you get to your room, you're going to be really, really impressed, and you're going to have a very modern room. And I think that's important and kind of outweighs, the con of it being a little bit bigger. So the basic and standard rooms are going to be located over at Ranchos, Cabanas, Casitas, and they have the following features. They're all about 314 square feet. You have 2 queen beds, you have a built-in desk area, a coffee maker, mini fridge, and safe, and then, of course, a double sink vanity separate from the shower and the toilet. And another cool thing that we do like about these rooms is that each of them kind of have their own, separate theming. So the Ranchos has a rustic American Southwest style theme. The cabanas reflect the beauty of Mexico's coastal regions, and the casitas have a lovely fountains, tapestry, and pool vibe that celebrates the urban and modern areas of the Southwest. And we also think that these are some of the most affordable, nicer rooms on Disney property. We're pricing starting at $240 a night. Realistically, though, of course, the starting price is really never never where it's going to average out. We think on average, you're probably going to spend, around $300 to $350 per night for these rooms. And I also think it's important. I always say this to clients, but I do think it's important that this was where the NBA stayed during the lockout, the bubble in 2020. And in my opinion, if it's good enough for the NBA, it's good enough for me. So with that being said, moving over quickly to the Gran Destino Towers, and the standard rooms in the Gran Destino Towers are the largest modern Disney hotel rooms, coming in at 375 square feet and have options with 2 queen beds or a king bed. And of course, you can also request different views as you're getting that vibe from this hotel. You got a lot of options when it comes to views, standard or water, or you can upgrade to that club level access. The theming in these rooms has a different mix between a vibrant Spanish and a Moorish decor. And the rooms at the Gran Destino Towers start at $290 a night. And again, you can see there's a lot of options here, a lot of decent pricing for a Disney World hotel. Another reason why we had to include it on the list, and it is at number 2. And no Disney World vacation and no Florida vacation is complete without a day relaxing by the pool. And that's why at number 1 we do have the dig site, which is the pool over at the Coronado Springs Resort, which you simply will not want to miss. And there's actually 4 pools at the Disney Coronado Resort to be exact. However, the main one being the Lost City of Cabola pool, which is located at the dig site. And one of the main reasons why we wanted to include this on the list and at number 1 is, as you can see, we did go over a lot of things that a lot of families will enjoy, such as the restaurants, the rooms, of course, are very important. However, we just wanted to make sure to mention something for the kids that we think the kids will love about this resort as well. Now, the dig site is the name of the entire main activity area, which is located with some awesome things for everyone in the family to do. The Lost City of Cabola pool features a giant decaying Mayan pyramid as the main feature, which makes for some awesome photos or some awesome spots to take in the sun, all that good stuff. Now, the dig site also includes a smaller children's pool, a 103-foot Jaguar water slide, the largest hot tub at Walt Disney World, a volleyball court, and the Iguana Arcade, the Bar Siesta, which serves food, alcohol, and more, and of course, the Explorers Playground with ping pong, slides, and other activities. As you can see, again, we just wanted to really tie everything in this video and say, hey, here are all the great things. However, here are the things that the kids will love. And of course, you're in the middle of it all. You're on Walt Disney World property, staying at a Walt Disney World resort. They are extremely modern rooms, upgraded at a really, really affordable price. As you can see, there really is something for everyone at the new Coronado Springs upgraded resort. I hope you guys found this video helpful. That is the list from 5 down to 1. If you do have any other additional questions, or if you're Coronado Springs vets and you go to this hotel constantly and I missed anything that you think our viewers would love to know about, please be sure to leave it in our comment section. Or like I said, if you have any questions, be sure to ask them in our comment section. We check our comment section constantly, and we would love to help you out on any of those questions that you might have. But that's the list. I hope you learned something new about the Coronado Springs Resort. I hope you're excited, maybe even to just go over for the day and check out that Sangria University. I think that's all the time we have for today. Until next time, I will talk to you guys soon.